Good day to you, friends. Brother Rob with you again. So in this video, what I want to talk about is the addiction of pornography. If you're trapped in it, and if you're a Christian man, please feel free to DM me anytime. I'm more than willing to pray with you, hold you accountable, and this is an addiction that has trapped me for several years, and it's cost me dearly, and it will cost you dearly too if it hasn't already. So let's first talk about one of the problems with pornography, and that it objectifies a person. So you and I are, and everyone in this world is created in the image of God. Now, God did not design us to objectify other people and devalue people in how we look at them. So when you look at, it's primarily men that use porn, but a staggering number of women have started using porn too. They say about 4.5 out of 5, if you can, just statistically. So every 4 or 5 guys, it's about 90% of men who use the internet watch porn, and about 60% of women or females who use the internet also use or watch porn. So that's a staggering statistic, right? So, and we need to break it because it's just so destructive. So the first, again, is that we're all created in the image of God, and God doesn't want us to devalue His creatures, and we don't to make them objectify them in our mind. Now, the second reason it's also problematic is because it's a form of worship. So it's idolatry, it's spiritual adultery. Because it is a form of worship, and of course, extremely misguided one. Third reason you need to stop using porn is because it will screw up your dopamine levels. Your brain chemistry is controlled mostly by 2 chemicals known as dopamine and serotonin. Now, when you watch porn, it will spike your dopamine levels, and then it will drop your dopamine levels like a rock. But the thing is, your brain doesn't know if it's getting too much of dopamine. So when you're watching porn, it will continuously feed you a dopamine drip, like way more than your brain should get, and then and as soon as you ejaculate, you will reach a level of your dopamine level will drop like a rock. And you do this long enough, it's going to start to screw with your brain chemistry, and it's very obvious. So now, other problems that this will also create. So mental instability. It will also create, of course, it'll affect, whether you realize it or not, it will start to affect the way you judge all women. So you'll think that the women that you see on the screen, that's how women should look like in real life. Now, of course, obviously the women you'll see on a screen, whether it's in porn or as some Hollywood actress on a screen, of course they're all dolled up. A lot of it could be even to some CGI. Former supermodel Cindy Crawford has said that even Cindy Crawford doesn't even look like Cindy Crawford, and she said, she could have some rolls on her stomach, and then they can edit that out, with CGI or some kind of airbrush. So, the women you see may not even look like how they present themselves, or how they're made to look like in certain magazines or movies or TV shows. So the other thing is, I think the standard of beauty for women is ridiculous now. Most fashion models are extremely thin, but a healthy woman should have normal curves, not over the top, and not looking like she's just come out of concentration camp. Men typically like curves. I know I do, and most men do. But and that's just that's a sign of health, is physical fitness and health. All men and women who want to be in a relationship want to be with someone who's healthy. So not obese or not not really thin and not really big. I mean, most of us want to, if you have you should be health conscious. Eat well, exercise, drink lots of water, get lots of rest, spend time in the Word, spend time reading. Life is supposed to be lived to the full, man. So, and porn will suck the life right out of you. So the other thing is, it's kind of a gateway drug for other stuff. So, and eventually porn won't seem like enough, so you'll probably end up going to strip joints, massage parlors, some adult sites, adult phone sex. So it's a gateway drug to stuff, and then of course that stuff costs money, and then you're spending money that you shouldn't be spending in places you shouldn't be in, like I did. I spent thousands of dollars in strip joints, massage parlors, and so forth. I'm not proud of it, but that's the truth. And so another reason you should obviously get off porn is because it's one of the biggest sources of human trafficking. Now, young girls are trafficked all over the world, and Thailand is one of the countries most notorious for human trafficking. Thai people have trafficked just about anything, and I have nothing against Thai people. I mean, obviously not all Thai people are criminals, but the Thailand itself is notorious for human trafficking, especially in regards to sex trade. And so pornography is most certainly linked to human trafficking. This is undeniably true. So you could be every time you watch porn, you're involuntarily or maybe ignorantly now, but now you're not ignorant, that porn is a major source of human trafficking. The other thing it'll do is it'll weaken a relationship. If you're married, or even if you're living together, it'll weaken the bond you have with your partner. Meaning, like, it'll decrease sexual intimacy with your partner or your spouse, whether you're common law or you're married. Now, I'm not advocating for common law, okay? I'm just saying if you're in a relationship with someone and you're addicted to porn, it'll weaken the bond, emotional and sexual bond that you have with your partner. The other thing is it will create distrust, because most people who use porn, and the majority of them being guys, will typically lie about it, and the reason it's something we lie about is because there's so much shame in it. I'm not saying that it's justification for lying, because as devastating as porn is, if we were to just confess it and get it out in the open, then we could deal with it. But I realize this now, that we should have ourselves together, so to speak, to some, like, in a good way before we enter a relationship. So we shouldn't have any moral addictions. Now, I have an addiction to coffee, but it's a pretty mild one. I have addictions that are morally or personally destructive. Like, I'm not into alcohol or drugs or fornicate, or I'm not into sexual sin anymore. Thank God that Jesus has set me free from that, man. So again, if you're a Christian guy and you're watching this, I want you to know, again, my DMs are always open. And if you're struggling with porn, I'm more than willing to pray for you, hold you accountable. But I will hold you accountable. You're more than welcome to do it the same thing me, because we need to be serious about what the Bible has said for us in terms of sexual purity. Job even went to say, there's this. He made a covenant with his eyes that if I look at my maiden, like my servant girl, as the way I look at my wife, then may my wife basically go for someone else if she wants. That's so serious. He took it, because lust is a serious thing, and it will destroy you from the inside out. So yeah, we need to be serious about this. So it'll destroy everything. There is nothing good about pornography. Not one thing. It will destroy you from the inside out. And I'm speaking from experience. It's cost me dearly. It's cost me financially, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually. You name it, it's cost me. It's costly. But sin is always has a cost to it. There's no question about it. Okay? So my DMs are, and I have a video that also demonstrates. I'll point out these three things that if you want to do to get free and stay free. One is moral accountability. Make yourself accountable to at least one person that you can trust, and remain accountable, like regularly accountable. And second thing is cry out to God, say, Lord, I want this. Because if you're struggling and you're watching this, obviously you don't want to. Nobody in the right mind wants to be addicted to pornography or anything that's going to destroy you. But we have to make steps about how we're going to do this. So one is moral accountability. Second is cry out to God and ask God to help you defeat this sin in your life. And third is make things easier for yourself to defeat the thing that you're struggling with. For example, again, pornography was one of the things you struggled with. I'm single right now. I don't have internet in my apartment. So you have to find ways to make it easier for you to defeat the thing that you're struggling with. If you have to do something as drastic as like axe data on your phone or cut out internet at your house, then do it. But you have to be serious about your commitment for your own freedom. So those are the three things I would strongly recommend you to do. If you want to get free and stay free, be morally accountable, make it easier for yourself to get over the thing you're struggling with. Like I said, for me, it was porn, so I don't have internet in my house. Because I know my proclivity I'll more than likely fall into temptation because no one's around, and I'm single, that if I had internet in my house, I would almost certainly cave into it, because it's just being honest with my own humanity, okay? So maybe if you're struggling with alcohol and you drive by a bar to and from work, maybe go around the block so you're missing the bar. Do whatever it takes. You have to contend for your freedom. As strange as that may sound. You do have to fight for your freedom. God will help you, but, there's wisdom and practical things we have to do as well. So there's three things you need to do to overcome an addiction and stay free from the addiction. Moral accountability, make it easier for yourself to overcome the thing you're struggling with, and cry out to God to help you. And He will. But yeah, we also have to take practical steps. So there's a spiritual side and a practical side, okay? And those two are equally important. Alright, that's it for now. Peace out, Brother Rob.